Yeah. Yo, Sunday and Mondays is lit. We hit the field, pads clashing, quarterback vision, throw deep with mad passion, defense pressing, they're blitzing like wolves. I'm juking through the line, there's pressure in these moves. It's 4th and inches, pod and long. The crowd is loud, we're bringing the storm. Hail Mary in the sky, let it fly, do or die. Touchdown dance, now the end zone's on fire. Welcome to Pod and Long, your weekly blitz of gridiron football fire.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Pod and Long. I'm your host, Ryan. It's great to have you with us here once again with the Word of Drew.
We'll have more on this story later, but I realized over the weekend that I still know all the words to Gangster's Paradise.
Wow. Should we test you?
No.
Okay. Also
no,
here with...
then we'll have to pay royalties.
That's true. We're here with Mr. Mike.
There is no kind of tired like a teacher in the week before Christmas break tired. It is exhausting. Utterly exhausting.
We're going to bring you back to life. We're also here with Mr. Megastar Mark.
I just want to point out that I got a lot of letters from Philadelphia fans after last week's episode, and they use crayon better than anybody. It was beautiful. Wow. It was just it was spelled wrong, Mike. I feel like you got to help these people out. You got to be their teacher, but you know,
I'm really proud of them because they started writing their E's the correct way forward.
About
a big
time.
step.
Wow. Wait, you're both healing on Philadelphia now?
Yeah, they're trying.
Poor Philadelphia.
I appreciate the effort, Philly fans.
Did they apologize or did they just play the Raiders?
They had a bye week. They played the Raiders.
They played the Raiders. All right. Well, we're here to talk about Week 15. It's a lot to talk about, but today we are going to talk about who we think are the fired coaches. That's how we're going to start this show.
In 2023, 4 friends were sentenced to watch bad football for crimes they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped, arguing over text message to the YouTube underground. Today, still growing their audience, they survive with silly voices and running gags. If you have an hour to kill, if you have nothing better to do, and if you can find them, maybe you can listen to the A Block.
Yes, we are going to discuss fired coaches. We talked about it last week. We didn't come up with our plan. Are we each going to give our prediction?
I honestly
or
think
do you want to go through each potential candidate?
I think go through the division, and then we can just say which one of those, like, do we actually think they're going to, like, some of them are obviously not going to get fired. So we'll fly over those real quick. And then we can kind of focus on the ones who might get fired. Because
I made a list of
okay, perfect.
7 coaches that is it 6, 7? 6, 7. It's 6 people I think are going to be fired, and then 1 wild card who I think is going to step down. And then we've got to go back. The Giants fired their coach,
right?
Dayball.
Right.
Rest in peace to Dayball. He gone.
Lebar
gone.
He'll resurface.
I hope so. Please.
Oh, he's going to come back as an offensive coordinator somewhere next year. Easily.
Please come back to us. And also the Titans. Don't forget the Titans fired their coach as well.
I am sure that Brian Daboll is now on the growing list of emergency hires at Michigan.
Wow.
Nah, you know what?
He can. He had the Penn State sweatshirt. That's blasphemy. He can't do that.
By the way, quick sidebar, not appropriate for this conversation. Why did anybody think Kalen DeBoer was going to go to Michigan? Why would Michigan be a better job than Alabama?
That's a terrible.
Really dumb.
Like,
who would
okay,
think
the Big
that?
Ten's probably easier than the SEC, but what? Yeah. Why would you leave Bama for Michigan? Now, I grant, when Nick Saban went from LSU to Bama, you said, why on earth would you leave LSU to go to Alabama? But that worked out okay.
Yeah. That also led to Orgeron down the road.
Drew, I would like to quote one of my favorite TV characters of all time. They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house.
That's true, but I can't imagine Michigan's paying more than Bama would.
They're going to have to now.
Unless they just hire Biff. There's an
easy
solution to all
low-hanging fruit here.
Hire Biff.
Hire Biff.
The Biff tree. Higher
We need a shirt that says higher Biff.
I don't care if he was 6-16
with no
Charlotte.
sleeves.
It was Charlotte. Higher Biff.
Isn't he a trust fund guy? Like, you don't need
Yes,
that money.
He was a Wall Street guy.
Yeah,
He's good.
He just needs to be there. That's all. Just give him a sleeveless shirt. Let him coach. Come on.
Just let him do it.
Yeah.
All right. I got the divisions pulled up. Okay. So if we're going, we'll start with the AFC. AFC East. New England is not firing their coach.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, unless a catastrophe happens, is probably not firing their coach, right? McDermott's safe at this point.
For the purposes of this conversation, he's safe.
Right.
He's safe right now. If something cataclysmic happens in the playoffs,
stupid, which very likely
he could be fired.
So
I mean, we're really talking about is Black Monday fires,
right? Yes,
and McDermott will not be one of those.
No.
He definitely will not be. That brings us to the Jets, who have a brand new coach in Aaron Glenn. It didn't go very well. I feel like they have to give him one more year, but because
they fired all their coordinators, they have to give him one more year.
Yeah.
He's very possible to be fired.
Is there not?
It's the Jets.
Could he do something in these last 3 games that's so egregious that he gets fired? Though I think that's a possibility.
Yes.
Who was the Giants coach who like kneeled down on a 3rd down or like
Joe Judge?
Joe Judge. He wasn't going to be fired and then did stupid shit in like week 16 and 17 and ended up getting fired.
I've heard that it's his attitude is he just seems unprepared to be a head coach, and I've heard that's becoming like more and more the word, around the New York Jets. And if that's truly it, then I could see them firing him after 1 year. I'm going to say maybe. It could
happen. Yeah. It could happen.
I think the part of this that comes into play is I don't know if Woody Johnson in his arrogance would want to suffer the public embarrassment of firing his coach after 1 year.
That's a good point.
He might give himself that leeway.
Excuse me, Ambassador Johnson.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
use the correct name. What percentage likelihood right now Aaron Glenn gets fired on Black Monday? 50-50?
No,
it's lower.
It's not 0. I would say it's like 30% chance he gets fired.
Okay, I was going to say 25. So we're in the same ballpark.
All right. So I would say we can take him off the list unless something crazy happens. And that brings us to our guy, Mike McDaniel, Miami. Miracle they didn't fire him before.
Honestly, hold on. I don't know if they're going to fire him.
Oh,
wow.
I think it's something.
I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
I think he should be fired. Don't get me wrong.
Can drive.
He's Cabal Bear's looking for him.
Story.
Anyway, I think there's a non-zero chance that he still retains the job because it was so bad in the beginning.
They ended up with 6 wins.
They've got 6 wins at the moment. They could potentially have more. They could talk themselves into saying, look, he's got another year in his contract. Let's just ride it out and see what happens.
True.
Because they're not in a position to win now anyway.
But boy, that team is actively falling apart around him.
Yeah.
And now he's talking about benching their $50 million quarterback.
Right.
But I think many people are happy with Tua getting benched. Like, I know a few Dolphins fans, and they're all basically like, this dude is not the guy. He's like joking around on the sidelines when they're missing the playoffs again. Like, I legitimately think that would win him support with the fan base at this point of sitting Tua.
Do you realize next year that if they have to cut Tua, he costs $99 million? He's impossible. You can't cut him. You can't.
Done fucked up when they gave him that contract.
You hope that you can trade him. You hope like Arizona is dumb enough.
Nobody's
to trade for him.
Well, in its own way, maybe this ends up at the right solution, which is that Tua should not be playing football anymore and just take his medical guarantee and walk away.
Right. Maybe he just retires and saves them the.
Now he's not going to do that, but if they cut him,
yeah, I mean, I to me, this situation is the reverse of the Jets situation. I think it's like a 70% chance they do fire him. And Mike is right. I mean, of course, they could just, if he has over the next 3 games, last night was terrible. He looked so bad. That whole team looked bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if over the next 3 games they put together a little winning streak, sure. But betting Mark says he's gone.
I would agree that, but the last games are Bengals, Bucks, and Patriots. If they beat the Pats,
they're not going to
manage.
They could easily lose
Pats
all three of those games.
But
they could also easily. They could win some of those games. The Bucs are falling apart.
Yeah, that's true too.
And the
Pats might be playing for nothing.
Correct. And the Bengals might not be great. So they literally could end up 9-7.
Right.
Or 9-8. I
mean, they did fire their GM, so there's a possibility that they would want to be like, okay, new GM, find a new coach. Like,
right. And that's what really pushes me over the edge. You're not going to hire a new GM and be like, oh, by the way, you're stuck with McDaniel. Like, they're just going to have him.
You're assuming that the Dolphins ownership is competent.
Yeah,
and
the Jets, we can't make that assumption.
More to the point, would they hire a new GM and say you're stuck with McDaniels and a $50 million quarterback with a headache?
Right.
That's tough. That's a job I would not want to take
if
Dolphins I was the GM candidate.
They're also ignoring that. I mean, salary cap hell because of Tua, because of Jalen Waddle, because of Tyreek. You keep forgetting about Tyreek is still there and eating up contract space. So.
Okay. All right. So we think McDaniel, he's on the list. He's at 70%.
I really feel 70% is a solid thing. We'll see how he does in the last 3 weeks.
All right. AFC North. Pittsburgh, we think Mike Tomlin's safe, even though we've been calling for his firing for like 3 years.
He's safe. He's safe.
Baltimore.
Where's he going? They're going to win this division.
Yeah, they sure are.
What about John Harbaugh?
John Harbaugh could be in trouble.
I
think John Harbaugh leaves voluntarily. It becomes a mutual decision.
He's the surprise. He's like the surprise Black Monday guy.
I did not.
I'm seeing this from you guys. I've been seeing rumors on the interwebs that apparently everybody in the locker room has had it with him.
Wow.
Also, hysterical if he ends up going to Michigan.
Oh my God! Please.
Oh no. I legitimately think if we're looking at across the board of like a surprise change, I think it's Harbaugh.
Wow.
They've had a bad season. I don't think Lamar is in love with him. Rumor on the street is there's a lot of discontent in the locker room with him and how things have been going, like him personally. And like after a while, like he's been there since 2008.
Yeah.
He's been there almost 20 years. Like at a certain point, it just rings hollow and you lost the building. And I think this season from hell, again, as somebody whose team had the season from hell last year, I think it shakes the organization to the core. And the Ravens don't make big moves, but I think it's going to be a quiet move of like we mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I think I'd put it 50-50.
I never even gave thought to this. I just brushed this as I just assumed he was going to be there. But that's interesting that you guys all have that same feeling.
He's there's a little bit.
Just like Marvin Lewis. Like we always thought the sun rises in the East. Marvin Lewis goes 10-7 and loses in the first round of the playoffs.
But Harbaugh has won a Super Bowl. I mean, that's I think
he also has won playoff games.
Yeah, right.
Just not the big ones recently.
But right. Guys, that Super Bowl was what? How many years ago now?
What was that? 2011, 12? I forget now. Something like that. It was a while ago. It was quite a while ago.
It was the end of the 2012 season, the one where the lights went out
in
the Super Bowl.
It's been 13 years.
I have specific memories tied to that game.
It's been 13
Did you lose a bet, Drew? What happened?
No, not something I'm at liberty to talk about on the show.
Drew got stabbed.
That's fair. The Mafia's after him. All right. Cincinnati Bengals, Zach Taylor. He was on my list as fired. He was on my list.
Drew should be, but will he be?
Oh my God!
The Bengals want to be their big brother, the Steelers, and they've conducted themselves in that manner over the last years.
Did you?
Here's the thing, though. I think Burrow's comments in the media lately is Burrow planting the seed of I'm not happy with this guy, and if you want to make me happy, this guy's got to go.
100% agreement, Mike. If I didn't hear that interview. Yeah, I would believe it. But like that is the thinnestly veiled get rid of this fucking coach I've ever heard.
You are believing that the Bengals are smart and are paying attention.
I am so smart.
He's on the list. I think he's dead man walking. He said some dumb things on video that we can play back.
However, nothing will beat that draft, the COVID draft, where he was in his basement next to the water heater. That was hysterically funny.
The draft was one of the best.
Oh yeah!
Amazing.
Oh my god! Kingsbury's in his like evil
stuff.
villain mansion, and then Taylor's like next to the dryer. That was so funny.
And the Packers GM is like asking his kids who he should pick.
Yeah, right. Zach Taylor looked like he was next. You know, you ever see like in The Sopranos, like Tony's basement, which does not look like it fits his house. It's just like an empty, unfinished basement. That's what he was in. It was great. It's amazing.
All right, Cleveland Browns. Stefanski is
Gone.
I honestly don't know. Probably gone.
Yeah,
Probably
probably gone.
I just think
I think the fact
It's
that he sent Shador
unsolvable.
Sanders out with the wrong wrist guard and for the beginning of last week's game
But,
is
yeah,
just an
the team
indicator
looks
where
like
this is going.
The team looks like it's quit on him.
Mhm.
I think we
Yeah.
can all like they don't look
Yes.
like they're playing.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, and again, now I'm making the mistake of assuming that the Browns would be smart and do the right thing. But like, the Browns got to know that they handed him nothing. Like, what did they expect to win this year with 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah,
I don't think it's
You
a
know.
matter of this year. I think it's a matter of like a culmination of the last couple of years.
And that could
dysfunction.
well be. But he was coach of the year. Like,
I know
what,
he
2 or
was.
3 years ago.
This is like
Yeah.
the NBA. You fire the coach of the year.
Oh, 100%.
the fans.
Mike
hate
Brown was
him.
never
Not-
a good coach, and I
not
still
the
don't think
fans.
he's a good coach.
Not that the fans pay their paychecks, but the fans hate Stefanski. Like,
Yes,
the
that's
Browns
true,
should
too.
really dislike him.
I don't think he's that bad of a coach. I think he
No,
has
I
a
don't think he is
decent
either. I
plan,
just think-
and he's just stuck on the Browns.
I could actually
Correct.
see him get a head coaching job somewhere else in the offseason. Unlike some of the other guys who I feel like Nick McDaniel and Dayball are probably better suited as coordinators. I
Yeah.
can see Stefanski get another shot as a head coach right away.
Wouldn't Stefanski be perfect at Iowa State?
Oh God,
They're
yeah.
looking for
Yeah.
a coach.
Absolutely.
Go play some Big 12 football.
Relax, have a little fun.
Go coach, son of the conductor.
All right, AFC South. Jacksonville is not firing Duval right now. The Texans are not firing D'Amico
Who's
Ryan.
coaching Jacksonville?
Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen,
Liam
the guy
Cohen.
who said Duval County.
Okay.
Here's press conference.
I can't even remember who it is. Tells you how much I've watched the Jags.
Well,
this
they
season.
got 10 wins, so he ain't
Yeah,
getting
they're
fired.
pretty good.
I don't think the Colts are firing their coach.
No, I don't
No.
think so either.
I mean, they were doing okay until everybody got injured.
Yeah, right.
And the Titans already fired their coach, so we can skip over them.
Yep.
All right. So the South is
They're going
mostly
to fire
safe.
their interim coach.
Yeah,
Shockingly, the South is safe.
And the Titans fired Jeff Fisher again.
Can they just fire him anyway? AFC West, Denver's not firing Sean Payton.
No.
The Chargers are not firing Harbaugh.
No.
The
Chiefs are not firing Andy Reid.
Kansas City Chiefs are not firing Andy Reid.
No.
However, he was on my list
Yeah.
of Andy Reid this is over. Andy Reid is retiring. He's 68 years old. He's going to retire, and Spagnuolo is going to become the head coach. That's my
Not
prediction.
impossible.
no,
but I
that's
don't
not
think
impossible.
Logical.
I mean,
I
does
don't
he
think
want
he'll
to
be
You're,
stick out?
Mahomes is out. We'll talk more about it, but he
Yeah,
tore his
yeah.
ACL.
And
Mahomes is out.
Mahomes is going to be out for a good chunk of next season too.
Yeah.
I think he'll be
Yeah,
back
he'll-
because
he'll be
he's a
shocked.
quarterback.
I think he'll be ready for week 1.
I think he'll be back early.
As
Kelsey
somebody
will
who went
probably
through
be
torn
gone.
ACL, 9 months.
I
Right,
assume
Kelsey's
Kelsey's gone. I assume they're going to have to cut salary, and I assume that there's a
Yeah.
bunch of changes that have to
Yeah,
happen.
there's going to be a lot of dead cap space on that team. And
yeah,
that's-
they need
do
a
you
year
wanna
of
go-
sucking.
Right. Do you want, as if you're Andy Reid, do you want to tackle this?
If you're
Knowing how
68
old
years
is he?
old,
68, yeah, okay.
you're going to
And-
coach again, like just to get to 69 to have another shot, maybe.
Just
Nice.
one McRib away from a heart attack. So,
Poor Andy Reid. He's good though. His legacy is cemented. He's good.
Yes.
He's good.
Yes.
of course.
He doesn't need to coach anymore.
No.
So that's my prediction. I don't think he's getting fired, but I think I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
there's
surprised if we see
enough
him
to
go.
watch there, enough to keep an eye on.
Keep an eye on that. Definitely keep an eye on him. I don't think Black Monday, but I wouldn't be surprised if in February we find out he's done.
Uh-huh.
And they have a coaching wait. I mean, Spagnuolo should have gotten a coaching job
Yeah.
a couple seasons in a row here. I mean, somebody should have given him a shot. Vegas Raiders. Pete Carroll is on my list.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
come on.
They should. They
Yeah,
should.
he's gone. He's gone.
True.
He
He's
should,
gone.
but like he's Mark
Drew,
Davis's boy.
You broke up with the Raiders. You don't have to care anymore.
I
Yeah.
know.
He's done.
It's just it doesn't mean I want ill will for them.
He sounds defeated. Whoa.
Rising
Like-
out of the moon.
like the
comes my
Undertaker
cat.
rises.
Ah!
Your cat is a firm believer in the death of Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
evidently.
yeah.
That's why I've always gotten along with him. Listen, it's not gonna. Pete Carroll sounds defeated. This team doesn't care. Like
I could see this turning into a "you can't fire me, I quit."
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So why is Pete putting up with this shit?
I don't know, because he thinks why would he take the job in the first place? He thinks he's still got it.
Because he's irrational. You know what's maybe our worst take of the offseason was Tom Brady going to be in these interviews and he's going to get all this inside information for the Raiders. Doesn't fucking matter. That team's so bad. He could have gotten every play, and here it is. Here's the script, and they still would have been 2-10.
I normally don't like Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. He's fine to report in the news, but his opinions are kind of weird. However, he did make a good point where he said the Raiders just feel like they shouldn't be in this league.
Yes,
and that's a great way to put
relegated.
This. Right. They just don't feel like you can look at the Browns and there's not a lot of talent there, but there's Myles Garrett and Shadir's showing enough. Titans Cam Ward is showing up when he gets the opportunity. The Raiders, it's two guys who are trying their hardest and nobody.
Bowers and Crosby.
Right. You got it.
Bunch of guys who suck. I mean, Genty could be good, but who knows? They run the ball 7 times a game because they're immediately down by 3 scores.
And then how long do you think if you can't stay the course, because how long is Crosby and Bowers going to stick with this? So you have to change. You have to come up with somebody to reinvigorate this team any way you can.
Problem, we've talked about this before, and I said this to my brother over the weekend. The problem with the Raiders is you can tell about 3 weeks ago that they hit that point where they realized that they got paid the same whether they win or lost, and they were not going to get hurt for this bull crap.
Sure.
But and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot of badly run organizations in football, right? The Bengals are a badly run organization because they don't want to spend money. The Cardinals are a badly run organization because they don't want to spend money. The Raiders are a badly run organization because they think they know what they're doing. They're not afraid to spend the money, but they have no concept of what to spend it on and in what order of importance.
Sure.
How many retreads have they had in a row now? Josh McDaniels, John Gruden, Mike Mayock, now Pete Carroll.
Mike Mayock.
Outside of the Antonio Pierce coaching regime, everybody they've taken a shot on has been somebody who lost their fastball 10 years ago.
Right.
It's the same damn problem as when they hired Art Shell the second time. They are not a creative organization. They were briefly when they hired John Gruden the first time.
Sure.
And of course, historically, when they hired Tom Flores and John Madden and took chances on Jim Plunkett and Ken Stabler and all these cast-off guys. I mean, Bo Jackson, they took a flyer on him in the 7th round and hoped he'd play football. But they don't gamble like that anymore. And they are a badly run team because they honestly just don't know what they're doing. It's not malicious. It's not cheap. They're bad owners.
Yeah.
That concludes the AFC. So here's the list we have. We have McDaniel, maybe Aaron Glenn, maybe John Harbaugh, Zach Taylor, Kevin Stefanski are both yeses. Andy Reid maybe steps away, and then Pete Carroll. That's quite a few.
Yeah,
it's quite
Usually
a few.
You lose about a third of the league.
Yeah.
You lose about 7 coaches a year.
We're missing one.
Who are we missing in the AFC?
Gladden, the coach of the Cardinals. Oh, I'm sorry, AFC. I'm sorry.
That was just
we'll get to the NFC.
I thought we were wrapping.
We're going to the NFC right now.
Okay.
Right now. All right. You'll get your chance. He's ready to explode on the Cardinals.
I drifted in and out there, so I didn't know how far I missed when technically.
You just missed the Raiders. All we did was talk about how bad the Raiders are.
Oh, so I didn't miss anything. Great.
Who's worse, the Raiders or the Titans?
The Raiders.
Not even a hesitation. The Raiders.
I thought for a long time the Titans were worse.
The Titans have Cam Ward.
I know, but nothing else.
Dog that poops on the kitchen floor.
Yeah, but the Titans also look like they're showing up to play a game. They look like they're giving an effort, and I don't see that.
The Titans have also been good in recent memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the last 7 years, they were in almost. They were in.
They were the number 1 seed not that long
right
ago.
now. Who wins, Raiders or Titans?
Oh boy, don't
straight up
confuse. The Meteor,
Titans.
America loses.
I think the Titans win that game.
They might.
I think so too.
I want them to play. All right, NFC. Let's go to the NFC East. All right, this is interesting. The Eagle
gets rehired. The rare Black Monday hiring.
Is there any scenario where Sirianni gets fired?
Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah, I think there is.
What has to happen for Sirianni to get fired?
A massive first-round clusterfuck. Like, that's what's got to happen. He's got to lose.
They lose their ass off in the first game.
Right.
Now, does he get fired on Black Monday? Probably not. Because they're in at this point, right?
They're the division winner.
If they win this weekend, they won their division already. So
if they miss the playoffs, yes, by all means,
they won't. Yeah,
but I don't think he's not a Black Monday firing. But I could definitely see him getting.
It's tough because so you
lose in round 1.
You win the Super Bowl, and then the very next season you make the playoffs and you get knocked out and you get fired. That is not happened a lot.
No, but it has something. It doesn't feel like there's institutional control there.
No.
He's a little wonky, and he's definitely the team is not right.
I wouldn't put it as a super high chance he gets fired.
20%.
But I think that's about right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
And I don't think that percentage, that mortgage rate fluctuates depending on if they get their doors blown off in the wild card.
How bad that loss could be. All right. Dallas, I don't think is firing Schottenheimer.
No.
I actually think Schottenheimer, despite the record, has done a decent job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's overachieved from what I thought he would be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I liked his dad. So.
No, I love Marty.
I mean, Dak is having maybe the best year of his career.
But
if they make some tweaks,
does this not smell like an absolute second season regression disaster, though?
I
can see him going. I can see them going like 3-14 next year.
It could totally explode next year, but he has done a decent job considering how they freaking screwed up the season to start with by trading Parsons and screwing this guy over pretty much. All right, Washington. This is real interesting to me. Does Washington fire?
No.
Would anybody notice if they did? They've been the quietest, awful team in football.
They were the year from hell team. They were in the NFC Championship game last
year. I don't think he gets fired.
No, he gets another year. He gets another year.
Yeah.
It's bad. And his expertise is defense, and the defense is bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
But a lot of injuries, though. Like
defense.
The offense can't.
He's bought a year. He's bought a year.
Okay. People like him in the building. I think he's got a good reputation. He's part of the culture change.
It's a new ownership group. This is not Dan Snyder anymore.
Right. And Jaden's been hurt a lot. So it's not like.
Yeah, they shut him down. I saw today.
But even with him out there, they still didn't look great.
Well, he didn't look. He's not right. He hasn't been right since the first week.
He hasn't been right since the the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
Giants already fired their coach, so we skip over them. NFC North, the Bears are not firing Ben Johnson. He's done an incredible job.
Lions are not firing Campbell.
Nope.
Lions are not firing Campbell, and Packers are not firing LaFleur.
Not at all.
I don't think Minnesota even thinks that O'Connell is the problem.
I don't think so.
I think they like O'Connell. I think they fucked up with JJ McCarthy.
Yes.
And they're not ready to admit that yet, but they will have to.
He was gritty and into the end zone this week.
And apparently he's well liked in the locker room. Now, I don't know what that means. I think Akili Smith was well liked in the locker room, but
sure.
I think another year of this, though.
Fago to everybody.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to be popular.
Another year of this, and he's fired. But
yes,
he gets another year. He gets another year, like Dan Quinn.
All right. So that means nobody in the NFC North gets fired. NFC South.
Coach Sexbook is safe.
Fired. I think Coach Sexbook is probably the safest coach in there, right?
Coach of the year.
I don't think he's coach of the year, but safe.
Look, how bad were they?
They're much better.
And
it's an improvement. It's a win. We'll talk more about his game planning this current week, but 7 wins is a victory for me. So he does not get fired. I think New Orleans is probably not firing their coach because they sucked, and
who cares?
Also,
he's a first-year guy, and
I also think
they're plucky.
This sounds awful to say this. I think they hired him to kind of get them through this awful washout of dead cap money so they could hire another guy later. They'll leave him in there to use the wrestling parlance. He will do the job until his services are no longer required.
It's Kellen Moore, isn't it?
It's Kellen Moore. Yeah. He's going to take some more shots next year. Yeah. I don't think that I don't know if Tyler Shuck is, I mean, he beat the Panthers, but I don't know if he's the starting quarterback in week 1. I'm not sure.
He can't wait to get back to Boise State. He is just eyeing that job again.
Yes. And the Saints are starting the march for Arch right now.
Yes, they are.
All right, so I definitely don't think the Saints fire their coach. Does Raheem Morris get fired?
Yes.
On Atlanta.
He's gone.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody's sick of him at this point.
I think so. The magic is worn off.
Yeah, he's gone.
I think he's gone.
Pretty interesting. Like, I would be very interested in that job. You got Baker there. I think the young wide receiver talent that you got is interesting. Your defense has some young players.
Wait, you're moving on to Todd Bowles? You're firing Todd Bowles now? I was talking Raheem Morris.
Yeah, no, I'm going on to Todd Bowles here.
All right, well, Todd Bowles, if they do not make the playoffs,
I think he's fired.
I think
he's definitely fired.
He's fired. They had legitimate expectation, and they've stumbled badly in the second half of the season.
And anytime a coach goes into a press conference and says it's the players' fault,
yeah,
I can't take.
That's not going to go well.
But the creamsicle orange makes it so hard to take that seriously,
right? It's not going well if you say that.
Creamsicle orange shirt.
You can't say that and survive.
Back to the Sam Weish days.
It really depends on the 2 games against the Panthers. Can he beat the Panthers and get into the playoffs and host a playoff game? If he does, he's probably safe.
I think even if he makes the playoffs and loses in the first round, he's gone because you know what you're going to get out of him. So
that could be too.
Yeah,
I guess. All right, so Morris is definitely out.
There's no playoff team in the league that you look at and say, yeah, they're pretty good, but they have a ceiling more than Tampa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Atlanta is a decent job that I think a coach would want.
I do too. I think both Atlanta and Tampa Bay are interesting.
And Tampa is too. Yeah. I think they both are. And I mean, not to mention the division is so wide open. I mean, you could come in and win it right away. Doesn't matter. All right. Last division.
God, that's Bruce Arians' music.
Nah, he's too busy trying to get Virginia Tech back on top.
I believe Bruce Arians' music sounds like X-Pac's music.
Does it?
No, it's Ass Man. Everyone knows that Bruce Arians' music is Ass Man.
I'm an ass man. Yeah, I'm an ass man.
He's got the news white hat on.
Where's that coming from? Good God Almighty! It's Bruce Arians' music.
My favorite Bruce Arians visual is that he used to wear his compact across his chest like Darth Vader's respirator.
Yes, that was great.
It was my favorite thing.
It lit up too. That was the best part.
Yeah, and then he would like look down at it through the bottom of the glasses, like an old man, like reading the box scores in the morning. Like,
we need a deep dive on
He's checking his A1C levels.
Yeah, Bruce Arians, don't ever change. I know you're a viewer of the podcast.
Oh, of course he is.
Friend of the podcast, Bruce Arians.
We need a deep, investigative report on his firing from Tampa. Like I'm moving up to the top, and there's no problems here, but I'm being stared down by Tom Brady in the press conference. I want a 2-hour documentary on that entire thing, please.
But listen, no, I say with some seriousness, his attention's on Virginia Tech right now. He's more than 50% of the reason that James Franklin ended up there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad he's around. I mean, he's fun to have. All right, NFC West. The Rams are not firing McVay.
Certainly not.
No.
Seattle and Mike McDaniel, that's going well.
Yep.
San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan, going fine.
Wait, Mike McDaniel coaches the Seahawks too?
The other McDaniel.
Oh, my bad. Mike McDonald.
There we
McDonald.
go.
That's right.
There we go. Sam Darnold. Arizona's definitely firing their coach, right?
Oh yeah, Gannon's
defense.
That is the surefire pick of who's going to get fired.
Gannon is way gone.
Mike was hot to fire him. We got to get Gannon out of there.
Gannon is going to be captured by the Triforce.
He is physically assaulting his players.
I know.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, and the Cardinals are primed for a complete teardown. Like,
yes.
They put the cookie jar up on the top shelf for Kyler, so that's over. And I just think they're looking. If I'm the ownership of the Cardinals, I just look at everything and be like, everyone needs to go.
Yeah.
Just wait till they trade for Tom Morant. It'll fix everything.
Right.
Telling you, just make it happen, Cardinals.
I feel like the Cardinals
expiring contracts. It'll be fine.
I feel like the Cardinals are going to draft that Oregon kid, and they're just going to be like another 5 years of like
exact same problem,
the same thing that we've seen.
Yeah.
By the way, because
that's so Cardinals.
And NBA
no, they're going to draft Mendoza.
No, he's good.
In NBA side, because Mike brought up expiring contracts. Reason number 2,197. I love the NBA. Now that Terry Rozier's been arrested, his large expiring contract is a trade asset for Miami.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I love the NBA.
It's the best. Okay. It's time for some categories. We're going to go through these a little quicker than normal because we should the firing of the coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, which, by the way, let me recap the NFC. Gannon, he's gone. Raheem Morris is gone. Bowles, if he loses, gone. Nobody in the North. And nobody in the East unless Sirianni implodes.
Completely flames out.
Which is possible.
So how many total do we have? AFC and NFC.
Let's see. Hold on. We got... I'm not going to count the... We don't think...
Right.
We don't fully agree. So it would be... I'm not counting Todd Bowles either. Or do we count Todd Bowles? I don't know.
I think you count Todd Bowles.
All right. So that's 2, 3 in the NFC. 4 if you count Pete Carroll.
So that would be 7, which is about what you usually get anyway.
5, 6 for Cleveland and Cincinnati. Baltimore, are we counting that? That would be 7. If we count Baltimore, and 8,
but
okay, 7 if we count Miami, then
yeah,
so that'd be 7.
So that would be about what you get anyway.
Right. Any super surprise or just John Harbaugh or super surprise?
I think the Andy Reid retirement and potential, and I think Harbaugh leaving. Okay. I think that's my
watch out for those.
I'm willing to put American dollars on that one.
Wow. All right, category time. Bills make a huge comeback against the Patriots. I thought this game was over. Turned it off, and then turned it back. Turned the second set of games on. Like, well, the Bills won. What the? Okay, great. Love that. Bills take out the Patriots.
Mark, is it bittersweet? Is it bittersweet to watch Josh Allen both win for you, but then also cause your fantasy football team to lose badly?
Wow.
They did get crushed.
How does that make you? How does that make you feel, Mark?
I guess I'll just look at my fantasy football first place trophy and
Mark won already.
It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet.
It is over. That was the last week.
Because there's no more games.
Right.
He doesn't have any more games or playoffs.
It is decidedly over.
Yeah. I would have been the lights to get out, then celebrated.
Hey, I didn't come in last. I just want to put that out there. I did not come in last.
You did not. And you were in last for a long time. Great job out of you.
I was last for a long time. All right. Bills beat the Patriots. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. But
I didn't even watch the game. I was in Vermont doing something for the family. They can't keep doing that shit. They really can't. And Alan talked about it too. Like, they got to start faster. They cannot be in those situations in the playoffs.
Tremendous statistic, because again, for some reason I was listening to the Bills on the radio. Tremendous statistic. The Patriots are the number 1 team in the league in first half point differential. The Bills are the number 1 team in the league in second half point differential. And that's exactly what played out.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, going into this game, I did feel like the Bills, there's the Bills have a lot of stats and a lot of like little records and things like that. The one I really do feel I kind of is the reason McDermott kind of sticks around sometimes in the Bills' recent history. Well, since McDermott took over, they have lost in games that they lost to a team earlier in the year and then had to play them again, whether it be in the playoffs or if it was a division game, they would play them later in. McDermott is 9-0. Like, they just don't lose again to the same team. So that is something I think is very impressive from him. I think he's got a lot of faults, but he does get the team up for these repeat games. But how much of that is Allen? Like, I mean, the dude's a monster. So.
But I think with McDermott, there is never going to be a path as clear to the Super Bowl than the Bills have right now.
Listen, I agree, and that's what I said a week
ago. And if
he
flubs it now, I really think they look at. I think back to our coaching for a second. I think if he flubs it in the playoffs, I think there's a possibility the Bills go, we've given this guy this many years. Literally, we have Josh Allen in his prime, and this guy cannot get over the hump.
I agree with that, but I mean, my concern is that they're not going to win the division. So, like, they're going to have to do this on the road, which, I mean, once again, you have Josh Allen. Is that possible? Of course it's possible. It's a lot more. And the Bills are probably the most veteran team that's going to make it in the AFC. And that goes a long way in the playoffs. If you've been there before and you've seen your shit, and that does help you quite a bit compared to a team that is just getting to the playoffs for the first time in like 4 years.
Well, I mean, I look at this for. I mean, you look at it too. Okay, so they got to go. They got to go to Jacksonville. Are you really concerned about going to Jacksonville? I mean, if I'm any other team in the AFC, the Bills are not the team I want to have to play.
I get it,
home or away.
I get it, but we'll see.
They are the. I mean, with the exception of maybe the Pats, and again, they beat the Pats, but I think the Pats are solid. I think other than the Pats,
they're good.
I think the Broncos are still there. It's still Bo Nix. Like, I know they're having a good year. They may have been the number 1 seed. That defense is phenomenal.
But you know what? They're not gonna get the Super Bowl scoring 17 points a game. That's not gonna happen.
Correct. And Bo Nix right now, and he may prove me wrong, Bo Nix doesn't seem like the guy who's gonna lead a we're down by 10 with 12 minutes left kind of guy.
Let's move on to that.
At some point.
Let's move on to that game, because the Broncos have won 11 games in a row after we talked about how much of a fraud they are. And then Bo Nix played incredibly well and destroyed the Packers.
Yeah, that game he did. He threw like 4 touchdowns. He was looking great. Yeah.
When he's rolling or running around, he does cause problems.
I don't even think the Packers looked that bad. I thought the Broncos just were really good at controlling that team.
And the Broncos being the number 1 seed, we talked about it last week. You have to go to Mile High, and despite what Bo Nix is, you still have to go to Mile High.
I mean, look, if you look at everything on paper, it looks like
Drew
very upset.
Drew loves it. Yeah, I like that.
Rare appearance by the other cat.
Yeah,
other cat.
Anyway, on paper, it's something where it all seems to be pointing in Denver's direction. But we've seen that 100 times. Like we've seen that story, and so I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. I wouldn't be shocked if Denver ends up winning either. Like, again, they have. They're not the 2000s Raven defense where they're dragging Trent Dilfer's corpse over the finish line. But given the depleted state of the AFC, I could see the Broncos coming out of it.
Absolutely,
especially if Buffalo stumbles in some game and they don't have to play the Bills.
It's not a guarantee that they blow it. I mean, they could easily pull that in 2000.
But I could easily see them blowing it too.
Oh yeah, yes. All right, the hat is backwards because the Lions were defeated by the Rams.
The Rams, to me, this is and the Lions are a mercurial team who's been confusing in the last 5 or 6 weeks. But to me, this is more about the Rams. The Rams are really good.
Yeah,
they are really good.
They might be one of the
few teams. They might be one of the few teams in the league that I feel confident about being really consistently good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
comes down to coaching. I've been saying it all year. Comes down. They have the best coach in the league.
And whatever steroids that Matthew Stafford is getting injected by prostitutes in that trailer thing.
In the trailer, yeah.
It's whatever Kobe used to go to Germany for.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Yes,
but administered in a trailer by prostitutes.
Yeah.
I saw
that rumor.
They're talking about the MVP race, and it looks like and Stafford is the favorite, as he should be. He's having a hell of a year. But they showed him compared to the other 4 guys in it, right? And I forgot who was in the other 4, but it was just the other 4 guys. They had their rushing stats, and it was 300 yards, and it was 400 yards, 300 yards, and then they got the Stafford -8 rushing yards on the season.
That sounds right.
Just stood still, and he would have been fine. He would have been ahead of where he was.
He is basically having the kind of year like Peyton Manning had it when he first went to Denver.
Yeah,
like he is just standing there slinging the ball and putting up a butt ton of points, but his arm is going to fall off next year.
It's coming. The end is coming. It's not here
we
yet.
Might not, but we might not need to see that because, like Peyton Manning, if he wins the damn Super Bowl, he's done right there. Right. Yeah. I think he would walk away on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, Peyton, he played that last season with no arm.
No arm.
Could not throw, which is what made it so frustrating to lose that Super Bowl. Is like, you can't. He can't throw, and we can't beat this team.
Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, the Rams win. All right, I'm gonna tell a tale real quick. This is 2 categories put together. I call it a tale. Thursday, I decided I was going to come home and I was not going to watch the Thursday night game because why do I need to watch Bucks Falcons? Who cares? Next morning, find out the Falcons won. What? The Panthers can win the NFC South,
but then
with a simple win against the stupid Saints.
Our team's still a dumpster fire. It's been burning now for years. The winner's circle's been salted by the fan base's tears. We fired the corpse of Frank Reich for a coach who wrote a book about sex. That we'd find ourselves fucked now. I guess it all makes sense. Carolina, Bryce can't even dunk with a trampoline. Carolina, why is there no fanhood vaccine?
We could not defeat the Saints. We did not win the division. Oh, and Coach Sexbook was bad in this game. Everyone was bad in this game. 4th and 1. The refs don't call that a first down. Then the 4th and 1 call is a draw, like a fullback draw. That's the best you can come up with, Coach Sexbook. They don't convert it. Saints get it. Then your idiot rookie safety Ransom decides to hit Tyler Shuck on a generic slide, which is a 15-yard penalty, which means they can easily kick a 46-yarder, and the Panthers lose when they could have won the division, which means now they're going to lose to the Bucks on Sunday and lose the division. This is how it was all there. It was there. It was all there. Everything was there. Cousins went into the Cousins zone. Now that the Falcons are out, he's unbeatable. Kyle Pitts.
There's no pressure on that man.
3 touchdowns from Kyle Pitts.
Which apparently leads people to believe that like he's going to make a lot of money in free agency this offseason. I'm not sure I'd go that far.
No, he's not.
Nobody's betting on whether one more big contract for Cousins, which I love that debate. So.
He threw for like 350 yards in that game. Where has this been for 2 years?
If he does it for the next 3 games, I bet he does get another contract.
Hello, Jets.
Yeah,
somebody will pay him. He'll play somewhere. Cardinals. The Browns.
Browns, yeah.
The Browns.
Oh,
somebody.
Man. Oh, wait a minute. Though.
Saints.
I love the idea of him with the Jets. I think that's such a good fit.
Why not? It'll be terrible. It'll be so bad.
There's not a lot of Kohl's in Manhattan, is there?
I think there's one in Brooklyn.
There's got to be one.
Brooklyn. He can train. He can, he'll travel.
There's at least one. Good Lord. All right, now it's time for this category.
He's got the stash, the car, and a brand of justice all his own.
You're a loose cannon, McConkey.
And he likes it that way.
I take ass and kick names.
McConkey.
He's on a real linear network now, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Moved up to MeTV.
I thought it'd be hilarious. McConkey would definitely be on MeTV, right?
That would have been back in the day. That would have been a UPN show.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely on MeTV after Magnum PI. It's got to be. The Chargers take down the Chiefs. The Chiefs dynasty is dead. Mahomes is dead.
I don't know that either of those things is true.
They're dead for now. They're not making the playoffs, Drew.
This year they are done. But now,
they're
especially
done.
now that he's hurt, Mahomes is going to come back real angry next year.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And he's going to make it his mission to annihilate the league single-handedly. We've seen this before.
But here's the thing. I think he's been trying to do that this year, and I don't think he's been able to do it. I think if you watch him in these games, he is not making good decisions. He's trying to force the ball. He's trying to like Superman this every week, and the pieces aren't there.
To me, the difference here is he's actually going to have a full off season to settle his mind and focus, which he's never had. Like, he's got a lot of time to himself to think and study and talk and plan and organize and, you know, don't be shocked.
Teach children about letters and numbers on Sesame Street.
Yes. Don't be shocked if he comes back next year and just goes on the warpath.
I do think the Chiefs need some work on them. I'm not positive.
I agree.
They took forever to get these receivers back, and I'm not sure any of them are any good.
And none of them are good.
Right.
None of them are good. They're you know, they got drops out the wazoo. Like, it is not Mahomes' fault that they're not in the playoffs.
No. Xavier Worthy is like a child just wandering out, getting pinballed across the field every time somebody touches him.
But yeah,
he has the mind of a child.
Their front office is smart. Their coaching staff is smart. Like, they're gonna go get some guys, and they're gonna get Mahomes back, and he'll be ready for the start of the season. I'm reasonably sure. And then I think they could be very dangerous.
It takes
year.
what?
Yes,
9 months. 9 months for an ACL.
It was 9 months for me. And I was
going to ask how long it took for you. Yeah.
It was 9 months for me, and I didn't even go through like a professional level rehab program.
Right. He's going to have the best of the best.
So. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, we can play this one more time in solidarity for the end of the dynasty.
Hi-ho, Patrick Mahomes here, to sing a song about my friend Travis. Why are there so many songs about pop stars and who they're seeing on the side? You want to be famous, but we can't pay tight ends. It would be salary cap suicide. We've been together so long, caught up in our bromance. Letting a woman break us up would be a crime. Someday we'll lose it, the Arrowhead connection, and I'll say it's all Taylor's fault.
I forgot to mention, Josh Allen announced that he's going to be a father.
Yes.
This week, which means now my son can marry their child, and we can bring the families together. So me and Josh
all in
Thanksgiving.
Unite the 7 kingdoms, Mark.
Right.
Do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
So, this week on McConkey.
There we go.
McConkey gets a call from his father, Abe Vigoda.
It's happening!
A legit gap for me.
Asking McConkey to come home as quick as possible, because it turns out McConkey's little brother seems to have fallen off the rails. He's staying out late, and Abe Vigoda doesn't know where he is. McConkey begins to investigate, and he finds that his little brother, played by Ricky Schroeder, is in fact now running with the drug gang run by TV's John Boy Richard Thomas.
Oh, no.
No.
And in a tragic turn of events, his brother gets caught in the crossfire and is wounded gravely and rushed to the hospital. And McConkey has to split his time between trying to get his brother out of a coma and also tracking down the potential killer.
It sounds like the cliffhanger on the season finale.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
So are we going maybe you're going to wait till next week. Are we going to have a Christmas episode? Is there going to be like a...
Wow.
Him coming out of the coma might be a Christmas miracle.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Christmas.
Very McConkey.
At 9/8 Central on MeTV.
With Donnie
MeTV. It's on MeTV, guys.
And Linda Ronstadt.
And Linda Ronstadt's my favorite cameos.
The Gypsy.
The Gypsy heals him out of the coma. Now we're
the Gypsy has to come back, right?
Right.
The Gypsy has to come back.
God.
Please, you gentlemen know me well.
Yeah.
Please bring the Gypsy back. All right. Well, I forgot to play this earlier. We had coaches, but we need to take a commercial break.
Well, howdy, team. Coach Hackett here, and I got a new game plan. Curve plump. Pull a stick, hold your breath, and hope those marbles stay put. One wrong move, and they all come tumbling down. Curve plump.
Yay.
All right.
I get Kerplunk. Simple game.
One wrong move, and they all come tumbling down.
It's a game you can play by yourself. You can play with friends. You beep. Fuck.
Oh, shit. You all going to fire 8 coaches? I can take the Ravens on. Come on, Lamar.
Come on, Lamar. Lamar and Nathaniel Hackett.
Come on. I just got a new version of Ants in the Pants. Come on, brother.
It rhymes. Ants in the. Get it?
You don't get it. You're not laughing.
I gotta say it louder. Then you get it.
Hackett, Lamar.
Well, howdy, team. Coach Hackett here, and I got a new game plan.
All right. This category is Old Man Rivers, the Seahawks. Yeah. Philip Rivers returned somehow. Philip Rivers returned. He threw a touchdown pass.
Unc Rivers.
He can't move left or right.
Oh my God, did he not? That one where
Damn, he had a high hernia celebrating
left or right. But by God, the Colts team love this guy. They love him. They got so fired up when he threw the touchdown.
He's like a bishop in chess. He can only move at slight angles.
Yes. He can't complete a pass beyond 12 yards either.
You know what? I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched a good chunk of the game. You know what actually struck me? I'm going to be serious for a moment here. You know what he still has that seems to be a lost art in the modern era of the NFL? Timing.
Yeah.
That ball was out on time, and he was throwing it before the wide receivers were in their breaks. And there's just not a lot of guys that do that anymore. Most of the great quarterbacks are guys who create. Rivers, it was like watching 2004 football again.
Tell you what, though.
Even if it was a little wobbly and sidearmed and off the back foot.
I mean, he always threw sidearm and off the back foot, though.
So Drew and I went to a game together many years ago. It was Bills Raiders, and Jamarcus Russell was the Raiders starting quarterback, and you could pick him out. We were in the 300 section, and you could pick him out. He looked like a square,
twice the size of everybody else.
Philip Rivers looks like a square. Like you can, he is very noticeable at this point.
Okay, I was gonna say. The way the jersey ends with the sleeves bowed out like that, like nobody wears a jersey like that anymore.
Yeah, but you know what? The away whites aren't helping him there.
No.
He's gonna look better.
That jersey was way too tight. Like he looked so like.
I don't think they had anything stock that fit.
Let me put on my old uniform.
No, they took one of Daniel Jones's and just changed the nameplate.
Yeah,
right.
Holy crap!
Yeah, the white jerseys. The cameras do not help you with the white jerseys. Put him in that home blue. He's going to look a lot better.
All right,
either that or he was wearing like 3 of those protective vests because
also it looked like he was wearing a Kevlar vest under his jersey.
He definitely had some sort of vest on. But my God,
is this our first ever grandfather starting quarterback in the NFL?
It's not.
George Blanda,
Brett Favre.
Wow.
That's right, Brett Favre.
Yikes. How old
was 72 years old?
When did Brady retire? How old was Brady?
45 or 6.
Yeah.
So he's not as old as Brady yet, but damn.
Julio Franco, I think, was 48 when he retired from Major League Baseball.
That's different, though. That's a different sport. My God, I loved it.
Julio Franco was 48 years old when he was 20.
Also true.
Like Arn Anderson.
Yes. Or
Rivers looked bad in this game, but he also was facing Seattle's really good defense.
Yeah, right.
And listen, cut the man some slack. He had not played the NFL
5 years. He was up for the NFL Hall of Fame. Yeah. There's a reasonable expectation he could have got in. He probably wasn't going to.
No, he did it for the health insurance because he literally 2 months from now, when you leave the league, you have 5 years of full health coverage for you and your entire family. He was about 2 months away at expiring. He literally came back, he played this game, and it reset the clock for health insurance for another 5 years for him and his family, which should get all of his kids out of high school.
Yeah,
it's freaking genius.
Yeah. Also, I mean,
he gets to come back, throw the ball around, have a blast, and get a shit ton of health insurance covered for his 400 children.
Take the age part out of it. I don't know that there's anybody who spends 5 years out of the league and comes back and looks dynamite in their first game.
Oh my God!
True.
I was surprised he looked as good as he did. Like
that's what I was about to say. I was
It's
expecting that one where he got the ball and he fumbled backwards, and like I was expecting that every play. It was not. He
looked okay.
Fine. He was fine.
I love one very specific thing about this is that Phillip Rivers is going to be on the Kyle Orton line at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he has to be
because he'll finish the season for them.
He's going to be on the Orton line again. Has this ever happened? No.
He'll be above Geno Smith.
Yeah.
He will definitely be above Geno Smith. He'd rather have a fucking ancient ass quarterback than Geno.
What is the dog equivalent of Phillip Rivers? Like you thought it was dead?
Yeah. Yes.
No. You know what it is? It's the hunting eagle that your grandfather had that went up the mountain after a deer and didn't come down for a while.
And came back. Yes.
Long after you thought it was gone. After the winter,
it's like Shadow from Homeward Bound.
Yeah, the whole winter goes by and you think you ain't seeing that dog again, and then come spring it comes down the hill.
Oh shit! Comes down with a Siamese cat and that's great.
Raccoon. It's tamed a raccoon group.
Yes,
it's got a pack. Okay, wow, Rivers. They lost the game, but wow,
I loved it.
I did too. What a great,
entertaining as hell. He's an entertaining guy, and it also proves like he came in cold from 5 years. He's calling audibles. He's switching the protection. Like,
hell yeah.
We've lost something with this current crop of quarterbacks, right?
And that's something I was thinking about too. Like, it's easy to forget that we just came out of the golden era of quarterback play.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Like we went through, Brady, Manning, Breeze, Ben, and Rivers, frankly.
Both Mannings, yeah.
Yeah, 3 of those guys are probably in the top 10 quarterbacks ever? Like, Phillip Rivers, I don't think at any point was more than like the 4th or 5th best quarterback in the league. But if you took 2004 Phillip Rivers in a time machine and dropped him into the league now, he'd probably be 3rd?
Yeah,
he'd be behind Allen and Mahomes.
He'd be like Stafford. He'd be like Stafford right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, you forget how good he actually was. The current crop of quarterbacks is very good, but they don't play the game the way those guys played the game.
No.
Well, I think it's something too where that group of quarterbacks in particular had a lot more leeway to call a game. I think also everything is micromanaged by coaches now, where these guys are basically told this is exactly what you're going to do, unless you're like Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen. I think those two have wiggle room. I think almost every other quarterback in the league is chained to whatever the coach tells them to do.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had another Juggalo drug party because the Vikings beat the Cowboys. It's the dumbest Cowboys loss. Like, we're still in it. You lose to JJ McCarthy and you let him gritty into the end zone, which is a whole nother thing I'm fascinated by because they asked him about it because he scores, he runs out, he fools everybody.
Which, by the way, more teams need to run that play.
Yeah, everyone run that.
Fail.
How do the Bills not run that play? My God.
No one runs it anymore. He does the gritty as he scores. Apparently, he in practice did this exact same thing, and Coach O'Connell screamed at him and said, "Don't fucking do that again." And he decided. This is the Juggalo in him. This is the Juggalo blood, right?
Yes.
He decides, not only am I going to do it again, I'm doing it in the game. I don't give a shit. I'm doing it again. And he does. And then they ask him about it, and he's like, yeah, O'Connell was not happy with me at all.
You couldn't hear it on the TV mics, but I'm sure he was chanting family as he gritted to the goal line.
Yeah, right.
You don't understand what a down-ass Juggalo is, my friend. And that's exactly what JJ is.
It's the most Juggalo thing
I love
ever.
Just ignore time we play this.
He's gonna gritty over the end zone. Coach, I'm doing it.
Come back.
It's no Brock Purdy doing the duty. We'll let it go.
Oh, sorry, I'm done.
I can do this all day.
All right. That's all I want to talk. It's just the dumbest Cowboys loss. Like, how stupid. Like, we got a shot. We can easily beat the Vikings. Oh, we lose to the Vikings.
They had a legitimate shot that they could still catch the Eagles, and nope.
Just, if McConnell wants to restore order in his locker room, don't be shocked when somebody puts a basket of magnets in JJ's locker this week.
It'll distract him. All right, the category is other, which means that we're going to go
double rainbow.
We're going to go through these quickly.
It's going to be fidget spinners, and JJ's going to be like,
he can't even go. He can't even leave the locker room.
Dad, check out these new fidget spinners, man. They really help me focus on my school.
Christmas McConkey's coming up.
Shut up! I'm talking TV.
Gotta get the beta ready.
You know what I wish I'd get for Christmas? McConkey for a son instead of you fucking loser.
Yeah. Damn clown.
All right, categories other. The Bears killed the Browns. Sure, why not? Phillips closing in on. He's over 3,000 yards passing. He's closing in on that number, right? He's getting a little.
Myles Garrett is 1 sack away from breaking that record or tying that record.
Tying the record.
I see it. We're gonna see
impressive.
it.
Also, Sanders not good in this game.
Yeah, well, the last game when everyone was like, "He's great," wasn't it against the Raiders?
It's Titans.
Come on, the Titans. Okay, it was against the Titans. So who cares? I mean, throw that out the door. That's not a real result. The Ravens blanked the Bengals, and Joe Burrow got real mad. And now there's rumors swirling he may be on the block, which I thought was crazy.
Didn't we all see this coming when he signed that massive deal, though? That in 2 years he was going to ask for a trade,
especially on this team.
Very odd. We'll monitor that.
Yeah.
The Commanders defeated the Giants. Who fucking cares? The Eagles blanked the Raiders 31-0 on the Raiders. The Eagles, they apologized to Mark, and then they got in the win column.
Yeah, right.
Eagles had a bye week.
The Jaguars.
By the way, I want to go back to the Giants game just for a second.
Sure.
Abdul Carter stops watching porn for a week, recovers a fumble.
Whoa, he did something.
Although, also, Jackson Dart, this is the 5th time he's been checked for a concussion this year. That's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. I heard this fake trade on Simmons. It's the Giants give up the number 1 pick to the Bengals for Joe Burrow, but they also include Jackson Dart. Who says no? Who says no first?
Oh, God.
Bengals get the number 1 pick and Jackson Dart for
Joe Burrow turning around and seeing Cam Scatteroo eating grass or whatever the hell he's doing.
All right. Jaguars crush the Jets. Sure. Why not? Trevor Lawrence is good now, guys. He's good.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to publicly say Coach Textbook's a bad coach and Bryce Young's a terrible quarterback, and there's no way they can beat the Bucs. Guaranteed.
We all have to agree with you, though. So,
damn it.
We're all in agreement with Trevor Lawrence.
49ers kill the Titans. Sure. 49ers are looking real good on their way to the playoffs here. They're ascending.
Brock looks healthy. Like, for the first time, like, watching him run around and throw the ball in that game, he looked comfortable and like he wasn't second-guessing his footwork and everything else.
It was the Titans, so we need to take that with a pinch of salt. But
I just mean, I don't mean in the sense of like, okay, obviously they won a huge game here, but it was like you watched him physically move around and he's not, there's no trepidation. Like he's committing his body. But again, I think one of our receivers, Percival, got hurt probably. So once again, my team is made of glass. And Brandon Ayuk is apparently no longer with the team.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
We haven't seen him in weeks. I love that answer.
Basically, they're like, he gone.
Yeah, he gone.
He just got a contract, and he was mad about the contract. He gets the contract, and he's never going to play again.
Here.
The Steelers defeated the Dolphins, ending their season. That's the other category.
Yep.
Sure. All right, segment time. Stripe Spiral. We have the new open, so let's play it.
The Straight Spiral, the shadowy journey into the greedy world of an amateur game that no longer exists. The word of Drew, a youngish observer on a crusade to champion the cause of the Chaos Agents, the Group of Five, the Vanderbilts, in a world of schools that operate as if above the law.
Drew is our David Hasselhoff. So
I've been called worse. Very short stripe spiral today because not a lot happened other than Navy beat Army. And Mendoza wins the Heisman Trophy, which good for him. He honestly probably deserved it. I think Jeremiah Love was probably the best player in the country, but he played badly in Notre Dame's 2 losses. And it's also getting harder and harder for running backs to win the award. So good for Mendoza, even if it feels like 10 years from now, it's going to be like Marcus Mariota. You're going to be like, oh yeah, Mendoza won the Heisman, didn't he? We'll see what happens with that. Not tons has changed. A bunch of dudes have announced their intent to enter the transfer portal, which are all interesting. Led by Arch Manning, who is not entering the transfer portal and not entering the draft, which I think was predictable after the season that he had. But DJ Lagway at Florida enters the portal, which I think was unexpected, but he was loyal to Billy Napier. With Billy Napier gone, there's no reason for him to stay. The other shocker was Dominic Raiola entering the portal at Nebraska because of his family's tie to that school. Because his younger brother is also committed to Nebraska. Never mind that his father went there and is like the AD now or whatever. But Dominic Raiola enters the portal. He'll have a lot of suitors. The kid from Cincinnati, Sorsby, enters the portal. A lot of teams are going to be interested in him, although apparently he's checking to see what his NFL prospects may be first. Poor Diego Pavia went on a rant against the Heisman voters and then kind of walked it back. And worst of all, I saw some commentary today where they were like, do you think, are NFL teams looking at how he reacted to this? Does this impact his draft stock? To which the answer was he really didn't have any draft stock in the first place. So, so no, he'll be playing either for the Grey Cup or the UFL championship, before too long. That's about it in the world of college football right now. We're just, bowl games have started and we're waiting for the first round of the playoffs this Friday and Saturday. And after that, we'll know a lot more. We'll see if JMU can beat Oregon. I mean, stranger things have happened.
They will.
It would be great if they did. Somebody's got to win one of these games eventually.
Everybody who's listening, put your mortgage on JMU.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
maybe don't do that.
And of course, as we already discussed, the unfortunate belief that Biff will not be the coach of Michigan past this upcoming bowl game.
Why are you doing that?
Just hire Biff. Bring him back into our lives. You're
Biff.
the school that hired Rich Rod, for God's sake.
I'll tell you one thing. Biff's not going to get, he's not going to do anything weird. He's just going to wear no shirt, wear no sleeves. That's his own. That's his weirdest thing.
Haagen-Dazs, possibly on the sideline.
And smoke a cigar.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? I fail to see a problem here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Does Raiola tear his ACL to mimic Patrick Mahomes now, or what?
Yes,
Possible.
yes.
Possible.
Stupid Nebraska. Wow. All right. Playoffs. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, that's really the next point of interest and remember, there's one transfer portal window now from the 2nd to the 15th of January. There's just the one. We'll see what happens. Players are going to move. Money's going to change hands. But for right now, that's about the size of it.
All right, it's time for a football foobar.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not of intelligence and morality, but of stupidity and hubris, a journey into a hellscape whose boundaries are the limits of human depravity. That's a fallen goalpost up ahead. Your next stop, Football Foobar.
All right, Mark.
Well, speaking of money changing hands, and after that stripe spiral, and in honor of the bowl season this week, I think it's only right that we give this week's induction to a man who found infamy not just in the pro ranks, but also major fuck-ups at the college level as well. I hope you guys are ready for your 3-a-days, because today we'll be inducting that good old boy himself, Barry Switzer, into Football Foobar.
Barry.
So first things first, let's get out of the way. Nobody's going to ever discount what Switzer did on the field with the Oklahoma Sooners or even the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the run line here: 12-time Big 8 champion, 3-time national champion, 1-time Super Bowl victory, 4-time college coach of the year. Dude knew his X's and O's. He was just a fucking asshole from the start of his college career to when he wrapped up with Dallas. one thing you could definitely not say about Switzer, he was definitely not a people person. His own players very famously hated his guts and would often win games just kind of despite him, which I guess is a good coaching tactic. You got him to, it's kind of like the original ending of Major League. It was a good way to get the team motivated.
No one was stripping clothes off of Barry Switzer.
That we know of.
I don't think.
That we know of. After his coaching career wrapped up, in an autobiography, Switzer admitted to working with local authorities, including a friendly sheriff, to keep misdemeanor crimes such as being drunk and fighting committed by Oklahoma players, quote, under wraps to avoid public and media attention. He would send a coach or himself to go out to bail a player out of jail and then handle the punishment internally, which meant running stadium stairs at 5 a.m. This punishment was administered for at least 2 separate cases of sexual assault and a stabbing. So, yeah, justice definitely was done when Barry Switzer was coaching Oklahoma. Switzer, once again, post-retirement, of course, owned up to processing thousands of illegal payment to players, which obviously nowadays would not be illegal, but at the time it was. Other things that he got caught for, not even got caught for it, he just admitted to after he was done. He bribed boosters with prostitutes so they would contribute more to the backdoor recruiting fund. He had a ticket scalping scheme used by a recruiting coordinator to illegally pay dozens of players. He paid a running back $100 for every game he played out of pocket. He covered up his former player Charles Thompson's arrest for soliciting the sale of cocaine to undercover FBI agents. He aggressively ruined Marcus Dupree's already fragile mental health by calling him a, quote, pansy faggot in front of the team for nursing a hamstring injury.
Jeez.
He bribed NCAA officials to avoid the death penalty by a narrow margin. However, he was not able to bribe his way in 1989 out of sanctions when the NCAA finally cracked down on him with a threat of a 20-year suspension and severe sanctions against Oklahoma. Switzer would resign before the 1989 season to avoid the worst of this. And then would join the Dallas Cowboys a few years later. And a lot of people would say that he took Jimmy Johnson's team and coasted to a Super Bowl because he did. He treated the players there basically like the way he treated the players at Oklahoma, covered up for when they were stabbing each other in barbers' chairs, although I think that was Jimmy Johnson. I think that was a Switzer team.
That's correct.
Aside from the first season when he won the Super Bowl with another man's team, Switzer's team looked nothing like the dominant Oklahoma Sooners. Each year he coached the Raiders, the team got worse in the field, and he was making some real boneheaded plays that cost his team victories on the field. Things like going for it on 4th and 8 of his own 29-yard line against the Eagles in 1995 when he was already up by 2 points. The 2-minute warning saved him from making this very dumb play. However, he came out of the 2-minute warning and ran the same play, which the Eagles promptly stopped, kicked a field goal, and won the game. Switzer would bump an official in the 1995 playoffs after a play didn't go his way, causing his team to get backed up by 15 yards. His team then threw an incompletion, and they lost the game. In 1997, the year he was fired, Switzer fired his own offensive coordinator and began calling the plays like he did in Oklahoma, which were extremely antiquated at that point. Teams just stacked the box. Cowboys limped to a 6-10 season. Switzer got fired, and then the true savior of Dallas came, Chan Gailey. Never. So there you have it. Hell of a coach on the field for the most part. Total fuckwad off of it. So welcome, Barry Switzer.
At some point, I think he either got cited or arrested for trying to take a gun through airport security.
That's true. You're right. He did. Yes. That was after.
That was years later.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, that happened.
Yes. Just an idiot. So
yeah, he also fought with Troy Aikman all the time. Did we talk about that? He was constantly fighting with Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman hated his guts.
Yeah, all of his players did. It seemed like the more I did it, I could have gone on for hours and hours on this. Like everybody hated him who played for him. I think even in that, the greatest it ever was. Like they talk about, like Marcus Dupree talks about how much of a dick he was. I mean, I had no idea about that whole horrible thing to say to a man, especially a young guy who clearly has mental health issues. But back then, it was like, whatever.
Crazy. All right, time for Sad Boy Boats. Who's going on the Sad Boy Boat this week, Drew?
I had somebody good for the Sad Boy Boat, and I can't remember who it was. So give me a second, I'll loop back around.
All right. What about you, Mr. Mike?
Chiefs fans, where they finally have to taste the bitter pill of not making the playoffs.
That's true. Megastar Mark.
Sabres former GM Kevin Adams, who is just another long line of former Sabres GMs.
All right, Drew, did you remember who it is?
Not exactly, but I'm going to go with a good one anyway. Dominic Raiola, whose son told him, "I don't want your life," and transferred into the portal.
Wow.
Daddy.
I don't want. Fire that fucking
I don't
pigskin.
want your life. I don't
I'm going to give it to myself because I thought I was going to win the division and make the playoffs and host the playoff game, and now we're not going to. Game balls, Mr. Mike. Who you got?
Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's good.
That's the hell of a performance. Good for him.
Megastar Mark. Who are you giving a game ball to this week?
Future father-in-law to Mark's child, by the way.
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
Also to Josh Allen. No. Let's go with honestly Caleb Williams. I was very impressed with Caleb in that game.
Caleb. How about that? All right, Drew, you got one?
2 game balls this week. First to the breaking news that Terrence Bud Crawford is retiring as a competitive boxer at 42-0, the only boxer to ever have achieved undisputed championships in 3 different weight classes.
Wow.
But the real game ball, I told you I'd get back to this story, to whoever does the PA music at the Timeout Market in Montreal, which I was wandering through over the weekend looking for dinner options when it was an assortment of Christmas music until suddenly we changed from a, very sultry version of Santa Baby to Gangsta's Paradise. And I was thrilled.
Love that.
Does anyone remember what movie that was attached to?
Oh,
he made it.
Yes.
Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
Mike got it. Dangerous
like
Michelle Pfeiffer
in it, and I couldn't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving a game ball out this week. I'm not giving one out because of stupid Panthers. Not doing it.
Just mad.
I refuse to do it. Nobody deserves my love. Plugs. Time for plugs. Bloody good music. What do we got this week?
Following on the heels of my best 11 albums of the year, Chris has posted his final best 10 albums of the year list. It's a good read. There's some good stuff on it. Go check it out.
I did listen to your number 1 album of the year.
And
I liked
Year of
it.
the Cobra.
I liked Year of the Cobra. I was surprised. I don't know what I was expecting. I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. But it was just good. Even if you don't like
drum and bass duo, that's all it is.
The bass is really fun. The bass is great. Very thick. Love it. Check those out. I gotta continue down the list. TGI Podcast. We're recording on Thursday the Christmas episode. We have the episodes. Do you want to know what they are?
Yes.
I've got them here. Hold on, let me pull that up. We've got Family Matters. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, Season 8. Stephen Carl head out into the woods to get a Christmas tree, and the nerd annoys him by rejecting some of the trees until he snaps. We've got...
Is that one of the ones where they end up time traveling? I feel like I remember that episode. I think there's time travel involved.
This sounds like a Waldo-heavy episode, and I don't think I'm going to enjoy it.
Waldo's great. We love Waldo. We've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Season 1, A Girl and Her Cat. Good. After Salem stows away in her backpack and gets thrown out of a local pizzeria, Sabrina washes her hands of the cat.
Hey, look. It's the 10,000 Maniacs.
Hey, look, it's the 10. That is still incredible.
Have they seen that? Have you shown the clip to them? Like, I feel like they need to watch it.
Hey, look, it's the 10,000 Maniacs.
I went and watched it after we talked about it the last time.
Season 1 Sabrina is awesome. Season
1
good. Sabrina that is Salem centric is
it's also good.
Could
be good. Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Christmas 1995. A trip to a nostalgic tree farm is ruined for Mark and his friends till they learn the true meaning of Christmas. And then finally, Sister Season 3. Tia and Tamara learn that Grandpa is being hounded by a loan shark.
Merry Christmas, all.
That sounds like a McConkey episode.
Yeah,
it does.
Roger's all about pumping up that script.
A loan shark. What in the world? All right. Those are all the plugs. You can get our merch. It's in the description below. We'll work on some 2026 merch. We gotta get Inertia up there. That has been made. We just have to put it up on the store.
It's in the mail, gentlemen. It should be arriving shortly.
Amazing.
Man.
Inertia.
My gift from Drew came today.
Look at that.
So good.
That is great.
Pretty cool.
Gunning for glory, baby.
It's fantastic. All right. That's it. There's no student of the week because you're about to go on vacation here.
Correct. Sweet.
You won't have any students. Just your own
solid weeks.
Just your own children.
Kids.
Yep. Just your own children to deal with.
Beaner and Wiener will be students of the week.
By the way, earlier I saw our earmuffs kid earlier at basketball practice, and I was told that he loves the wiener jokes. Keep the wiener jokes coming.
Hey, earmuffs! Quit swearing, guys.
Wiener.
I don't even remember what the wiener joke was, but wieners, big hit with the kids. They love it.
Damn wiener kids.
Damn wiener kids. All right, we're out of here. Peace out. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Off in the distance, around the corner, out of sight.